Resist the temptation to think your audience isn't quite as clever as you are. They're just as clever as you are. And they know exactly where you fit in their life. The last thing I want to talk about before I show you some fantastic ads and have a chat about why I think they work is the two emotions that actually change behaviour. And there are only two. And the reasons there are only two is because they are the only two future-oriented emotions. Now, since I said this on the Gruen Transfer a couple of weeks ago, I've had lots of people fighting with me about it, but they're just wrong, and I'll tell you why. They're just wrong, they don't understand. The two emotions are hope and fear. They're the two future-oriented emotions because hope is when you look at the future with a sense of anticipation and excitement, and fear is when you look at the future with a sense of dread and worry. We have a society which is much more drenched in fear now than it is in hope, unfortunately, and that colours everything that goes on. Now some people think that nice left-wing people use hope because they're good, and nasty right-wing people use fear because they're bad. Nah, crap, that's just crap. They don't have a right or a wrong, they just are. And we all use them all the time. If you're a parent, you use hope and fear daily. All the time. You'll use what works. If you do that, I'm grounding you. That's fear. Do the dishes for me, darling, and I'll give you the dessert you like. Hope. Fine. Not one is better than the other, or one's worse than the other. They're just the levers we use to get behaviour that we want in other people, and they're the levers we've got. The other thing people talk about a lot is positive and negative messages. It has been the blight of the last 15 to 20 years in terms of marketing communication, that everything is supposed to be positive. Nothing is more negative in my life. There's a wonderful book, read it if you get a chance, by Barbara Ehrenreich called Smile and Die. How the cult of positive thinking is destroying America. And it is, and she's right. It's basically, it puts the perspective that people who go on about positive plus positive plus positive have no understanding how human beings think, feel, or how communication works. You're in the arts, I'm assuming that I'm teaching you how to suck eggs right now. Because, of course, story is always a movement through darkness into light. For some Australian films, it seems to be through darkness into even deeper darkness, but that's okay. I like a bit of grim.